Hey Tech fans, it's time for another edition of This Week in Georgia Tech Athletics. I'm your host, Kyle Tait. Tune in to RamblinWreck.com each week on Monday and Thursday for a quick look around all Georgia Tech sports in 5 minutes or less. Today, the big story is in basketball. We say farewell to Alexander Memorial Coliseum, the building which has been the home of Georgia Tech basketball since 1956. The men's basketball team sent the building off the right way last night, posting a 66-57 win over Miami. Iman Shumpert dropped 19 points for the Jackets, while Tech overall piled on 12 three-pointers on the evening. Now for Tech, it's on to the ACC tournament in Greensboro. Play begins Thursday night at 9 p.m. against Virginia Tech. Meanwhile, for the Coliseum, renovations are slated to begin in April following the conclusion of the postseason. Women's basketball also put up a good weekend, making a run all the way to the semifinal of the ACC tournament. They started the weekend off on the right foot, taking down Virginia Tech 81-58 before picking up a come-from-behind 70-64 win over number 13 Maryland. Tech would eventually fall to number 8 Duke on Saturday in the semis, final score 74-66. 2011 marks the first time the Lady Jackets has ever played in back-to-back ACC semifinal games. Now their fate is in the hands of the NCAA Tournament Selection Committee. The team's NCAA tournament seeding will be revealed during ESPN's Selection Show Special on Monday, March 14th at 7 p.m. Baseball picked up a sweep at home this weekend, pouring on the offense against Rutgers in 10-0, 9-5, and 14-3 wins over the Scarlet Knights. At the plate, Jake Davies was a big performer for the Jackets, going 8 for 13 with 4 runs and 4 driven in. Meanwhile, on the mound, Mark Pope's outing was stellar, tossing 9 innings of 4-hit shutout baseball. It's the second complete game shutout and 4 starts for Pope, dating back to last year's regional. Tech continues its long homestand, welcoming Kennesaw State on Tuesday for a 6 p.m. matchup. Tech softball also had a great weekend, going unbeaten in 3 games in the annual Buzz Classic, despite 2 cancellations due to rain on Saturday. On Friday, Georgia Tech defeated Jacksonville State 4-3 and Evansville 18-1 before winning Sunday's finale against UAB 8-0. Through the 3 games, Alicia Rudnick and Jessica Sinclair each had 2 home runs, while starting pitchers Kristen Adkins and Lindsay Anderson were outstanding on the weekend. Adkins picked up the wins against Jacksonville State Friday and UAB Sunday, while Anderson threw a complete game 1-hitter for the victory against Evansville. By the way, one of the canceled softball games on Saturday has in fact been rescheduled. Georgia Tech will play Penn State on Tuesday at 5:30 p.m., with the game being played at Kennesaw State. That's not the only game this week, though, for the softball team. On Wednesday, the Jackets will welcome the number 1 ranked Alabama Crimson Tide to Mewborn Field. The Crimson Tide are unbeaten at 16-0. The Jackets want to pack out Mewborn Field and make it as loud as possible, and they need you there to do it. First pitch on Wednesday is at 6 p.m. Tickets can be purchased at the gate or online at RamblinWreck.com. In other action, men's tennis won their 6th straight contest on Sunday, defeating number 36 Florida State at home 6-1 to open conference play. The 17th-ranked Yellow Jackets moved to 8-1 on the year and 1-0 in conference. Tech got a sweep of the 3 doubles matches and lost just 1 of the 6 singles matches on the afternoon. On deck for the Jackets are a couple of midweek matchups, Wednesday against William & Mary and Thursday against Illinois State. Both will be at the Biltmore Tennis Center and will begin at 2:30 p.m. on their respective days. Meanwhile, over on the women's side of things, Tech fell in a tight contest to number 12 Miami, dropping a 4-3 decision on Saturday. Caroline Lilly, Elizabeth Kilborn, and Lynn Blau picked up singles wins for the Jackets, but they weren't enough to take down the Hurricanes. Tech is now 6-5 this spring with a 1-2 ACC mark. The Jackets now take a 2-week break, resuming their season on March 19th at Vanderbilt. Finally, we would like to recognize our co-student athletes of the week. There's 3 of them. Congratulations to Iman Shumpert and Alex Montgomery of our men's and women's basketball teams, and Mark Pope of the baseball team for their outstanding performances this weekend. That'll do it for this edition of This Week in Georgia Tech Athletics. We hope you'll join us next time. For more information or for tickets to any Georgia Tech event, you know you can always visit the official website of the Yellow Jackets. That's www.RamblinWreck.com. Until our next episode, I'm Kyle Tait saying so long, and we'll talk to you again on Thursday.